Welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole with Eric Ebersol. "10 minutes, phone buzzing, stomach growling, and you've swiped every menu. What do you pick?" Let's take a look. That image nails it. The clock does something to the brain. It makes options feel urgent and somehow more important than they are. Short pause. I'm Eric from Down the Rabbit Hole. Quick tricks ahead. We'll keep this practical. A definition, 3 heuristics you can use immediately, and a fast checklist for when not to use them. I like that. Panic mode is real. Been there. And honestly, a little structure turns panic into a quick, reasonable choice instead of a meltdown. Short pause. So plain language. Satisficing means you pick an option that meets your needs, not the absolute best possible. You're designing a threshold and matching it. Decisive, not sloppy. Curious, exactly. And a fun fact. Herbert Simon coined the idea decades ago to describe realistic decision-making under limits. Practical, not philosophical. Short pause. Right. Limits are the point. But quick check. When is satisficing the right play? Philip, give us your rule of thumb. 3 checks. Stakes, reversibility, information cost. Low stakes, easy to reverse, and expensive to get extra info. Then satisficing usually wins. If any of those fail, be suspicious. Short pause. Right. Lunch fits all 3. A big appliance? Not so much. Tiny test. If trying it out is cheaper than researching for hours, test instead of overthinking. Short pause. I do want to push back a bit. I see people wave, good enough, like a flag, and avoid responsibility. That's scary. It can become an excuse for laziness. If you mean lazy, name one decision where laziness wins. Usually you get a clear counterexample fast. The safeguard is setting minimums before you start. State what good enough actually means. Short pause. Totally. And check reversibility. If you can back out with little cost, give yourself permission to stop searching. Speed with a safety net, not speed with blind faith. Short pause. Okay, practical moment. Who wants first on the heuristics? Quick and messy is fine. I'll take it. The 2-minute stop rule. Set a timer, decide within 2 minutes using your minimums, and stop. It forces clarity and shuts down the scroll spiral. Right? Short pause. Totally. And I'll jump in with the mini test. Do 1 quick trial, 1 class, 1 sample dish, 1 short session. Cheap feedback beats guessing. Laughing. And the safety buffer ties it together. Keep a fallback that meets your minimums if the test fails. It lowers the risk and makes trying things easier. Short pause. Love it. Combine them. 2-minute pick, mini test the choice, safety buffer ready, fast prototyping for life. Demo, rapid fire. Dinner, 2-minute rule. Pick first spot that meets your 3 boxes and go. Short pause, dinner example. Timer on, filter set, open now, under 20 minutes, veggie options, chosen, no agonizing. Nice. Email example. Draft fast, read once allowed, send if clear, no endless polish. Short pause. Hobby, mini test, a single class. If it's not for you, switch to the safety buffer, an easier option you already like. Low regret. Short pause. Quick reactions. 1-word check-ins. Philip, right. Right, totally. 2 important counterpoints before we wrap. Don't use satisficing for safety-critical decisions. Medical, legal, or anything with high, irreversible cost. Pause the timer and get expert input. And the 1-sentence checklist to avoid abuse. Is this low stakes, reversible, and cheaper to test than to analyze? If yes, satisficing. If no, slow down. Short pause. Tiny challenge for listeners. Pick 1 small decision today and use 1 rule. 2 minutes, 1 trial, or a fallback. Notice whether you save time or stress. Report back to yourself. Short pause. Quick recap and align. Set minimums, pick what meets them, and move on. Use the 2-minute stop rule, the mini test, and the safety buffer. Try one today. That is an interesting topic. Small decisiveness, big payoff. Short pause. I would love to delve deeper next time. Maybe how to set good minimums across life areas. For now, try one quick rule and tell us how it goes. Short pause. Thanks for listening to Down the Rabbit Hole. Subscribe for daily peeks into curious minds and more fast, practical tools. And as always, don't be afraid to learn. You've been listening to Down the Rabbit Hole with Eric Ebersol.